Hello everybody and welcome to Toy Story 2 PS1 preview May 7th 1999 build. I am actually going to be using the official PS2 which I own. I'm going to be using PS2 controller, and to prove to you that this works I want to load it up from here so you can see. Wait for the logo to finish. We click start and it should run, and we are technically officially on the PS2 running the prototype without burning the disc, without any doing. I haven't burnt a disc. I haven't done anything like that. I've done, as you can see, it's going to glitch. It's going to act a little bit weird. But for me, I've got a lot of audio fuzz because I'm having to use AV cables and then connect those AV cables to my capture card, and then via HDMI connect that to the TV. So for me, there's all these like weird audio fuzz and everything going on. So hopefully for you guys, it won't be like that. Maybe I'll have to edit it a little bit. Let's see if there's anything different in the title screens and the title menus. Okay, that's pretty much exactly the same. Traveller's Tales. Okay, so first things first. What we can we see that's different here? The title screen is different. Don't know. I quite like this one actually. I actually quite like this, but it is. Oh, okay. It's loading demo. It didn't even give me a chance to think. It's loading it in. Oh, great. Okay. Okay. We don't want to see the demo mode. We want to play the game for ourselves. Right. Let's press start. Options. What have we got in the options? Because you can't actually get the options back after this, so you have to change. There's no music. There is actually no music in this game, so I've actually got another tab ready to put the music on as soon as the game loads. Vibrate. Probably turn. Vibrate doesn't seem to be working. Well, it sort of is, but it's very, very mild. It's hardly vibrating at all. So let's just leave this. Let's just get straight into the game. And we'll be greeted with a level select screen. How much does everyone else prefer the version we actually got? The final build, when you have the level select, it's going from level to level to level to level, and it's like the Etch-a-Sketch version is so much better. Right, so let's start off with Andy's bedroom. And as you can see here, the loading screen is different. I kind of like this actually. I think this might look a little bit better than the one with Rex. Just maybe the text needs to be a little bit better. Okay. And as you can see, instantly there's no music. So let's actually do that. Let's actually put some music on. There you go. I've put the music on. Okay, now I'm going to look at the proper screen. Now for me, the colours are a little bit washed out. Sadly, I don't know if the capture card will do it justice because I am using AV cables. Wow. Okay, the blocks are completely in a different position. Let's see what they say. Hint, if you press the fire button, you can attack with your laser. If you press... Yeah, well, that's the thing. Well, they've already spawned back. I just did it before. So the information boxes are all different. I think the coins are a little bit different as well, because they look less detailed. Okay, this is different. Look at this. Purple frames everywhere. And for some reason, the book just falls. The book just falls off, and he's got two surgery books. I guess they were a placeholder until they could... Yeah, no wonder they moved that, because people probably kept jumping into it. I mean, it's an awful place to put that. Don't know what they were thinking, to be fair. Okay, so we can jump to the bed. And for some reason, there is a box on the bed, which you can push. And I'm guessing that box allows you to get back up onto the bed again. More information blocks that we don't need to care about. Don't know if the drawers open up beneath us. And he has a flat earth. He's a flat earther. Oh my god, I think I'm stuck. Let's not investigate too much. I also heard, apparently, that if you get a Pizza Planet token, it will instantly exit you the level. So we won't be getting any Pizza Planet tokens during this. We'll just be looking around, showcasing what there is. Yeah, there will be those flickering blue lines. That happens a lot. I don't know what the issue is. But that's what happens. Oh, he's sat ready. We're going to get hit. Ready? I don't know if you guys heard that. I might turn this up a little bit. But his voice sounds completely different when he gets hit. Also, Rex is gone. Rex is missing here. And the wallpaper's different. I don't know how I didn't notice that straight away. The wallpaper's different. Let's enter into the attic. I've also got the video looped, so we don't have to keep worrying about it. I did found a glitch earlier. When I was pushing this box... Well, I didn't push the box long, actually. What am I talking about? The way to glitch this is to get on top of here. And then when you jump, you want to... It'll if I can't do it, I'll explain it. Bullshit. Yeah, his wall sound is a bit different. Alright, basically I can't fucking do it, but if you latch onto this, like you don't jump onto it, but you climb onto it, Buzz will just glitch through the platform. The physics are completely broken in this version. And this is going to be really weird, but you're not going to hear any boss music at all. You're not going to hear any boss music because there's no music in this game apart from what I just put on. Boss works exactly the same, charges up. I think the light has a different effect, like there was like a flare from it. Okay, so let's actually get up on top of the attic here. Maybe we can do it that way, like we just climb onto it. See, look, walking onto it is absolutely fine. They intended that. But if you get on there in any other way, like this, that's it. See, there you go. It's a lot easier to show than what I did. I ended up falling down through the attic just to show that. Like a complete moron. Right, so as long as you climb on, jump on it and not climb, you should be fine. But that was obviously something they needed to fix. I love the fact that I am playing this on a legit PS2. What am I talking about? PS1. It would be cool to play this actually on the PS. I don't think there's anyone else that's done a video on this, showing this off on YouTube on the legit official hardware. Okay, so nails are still all the same. I think coins are still the same. Let's go pick up the sheep. The lighting's a little bit different here, I think. Okay. The icon of the sheep's different. It looks like the sheep is fucking high. It looks like he's danked out of his brain. Okay, let's go into the front room. I don't know if this vent's different. For some reason, I can't remember every mortal thing, guys. I can't. There is no difference apart from the bin in here. I think the texture on top of it. So there's no reason for us to check that out. If you guys really, really, really want me to do an in-depth analysis of everything, just let me know and I'll do that on DuckStation. I plan to replay through this on the proper hardware. Okay, so there's no button indicating that you can jump, but you can still jump. I don't think that fan was in the original, and if it is in the original, this is not textured at all. Probably should have took my time to look around here. As you can see, there's a vent just here. And Mr. Potato Head's ear has been moved as well. So that's very weird. Not sure what the decision was in changing that. I think this platform's a little bit higher as well than in the original. It's like a bit more of a struggle to get on. I'm guessing what they would have done here with this vent is they would have allowed you to eventually go into the kitchen with it. But because they probably thought, nah, it'll be too easy. They won't even... What's the point of having this here if they're not going to use it? I don't know. So let's go in the kitchen and push this along. As you can see, the textures of pretty much everything in here are mostly different. I think the floor textures are the same, but the cabinet textures are different. For some reason, you can't climb on that. They moved this, I think, because you can kind of get stuck in this. When I was jumping on it, you can get stuck, and that's probably why they moved it to more the middle. And then people like speedrun using it to get up there anyway. Oh, I actually prefer some of these textures, to be honest. I prefer the look of a lot of how this game looks like this. You can't actually get on that fridge unless you do what I just did. For some reason, they haven't made it climbable. This doesn't feel climbable either for some reason. I think the position of this guy is slightly different as well. He comes onto the cabinet, and I don't believe he did that before. This scale, you can push it still, but it doesn't indicate that you can jump on it. However, you still quite clearly can, because I just did it. I think Bo Peep's model looks a little bit different. I can't remember if it is or not. I haven't got anything to compare it with. Oh, this is a bit too close. I'm probably wrong. She looks quite good, actually, to be honest, compared to other characters' models in this game. And for some reason, in this version, you cannot get behind the door and do the glitch. At least as far as I'm aware. So there you go. In the final version, you can do glitches and that with it. And I don't think there is any changes down here whatsoever. There's also no voice acting in any of the levels, apart from maybe a few sound effects the characters make. But there is no difference in dialogue that I'm aware of, and there's no voice acting at all. This is exactly the same. There is no difference with this bubble shield at all. I don't know why there's no difference, but there isn't. You can't jump any higher with it. There's no damage different. It's literally exactly the same. Now, I think those blue lines appear when something is slightly in front or behind the camera. Like, if I stand in front of something, kind of like this, or in a certain position, the blue lines go down. They start coming down, but oh well. They're not doing it now. Okay, so let's exit the level because there's pretty much nothing else here that I think is different to check out. So now what we will do is go to... We need to change the music. That's going to be so weird. Andy's... No, Toy Story 2... Andy's Neighbourhood, yes. Because if we're going into a different level, if we're going to go into a different level with the same music, that's actually kind of weird. We're not even in the level yet. So here's level 2, Andy's Neighbourhood. So jazzy, isn't it? The music's so good. And as far as I'm aware, there is not really that many changes here. We'll leave all the soldiers because they're exactly the same. The rocket boots are enabled from the get-go. You don't have to... I'm guessing they thought about this later and thought, you know what, let's make some replay value for some of the levels and make people come back. Oh, excuse me. I just ate dinner before doing this video. I don't think water's any different. It might look a little bit different, but I think it acts exactly the same. Oh, there's a rocket. There's a rocket boot under there for us, but we don't need it. We're close to the exit of the pool, if I can get out. Now, I'm not sure if there was something wrong with this, but from what I could tell, this does not pump up, no matter what you do. So unless they wanted you to do this, it doesn't work. So essentially, you cannot get that Pizza Planet token, which is just there. And I think that's one of the few Pizza Planet tokens you can actually see. Let's go to the tree house. There's nothing different about the boss. And nothing different about the actual... Apart, the rope is missing. I know that much. Don't remember a monster being here. This is so weird playing this on the PS2. So Ham's still here, but the leaves are different. Look at all the way that they did the leaves. They're completely different. They're not all bunched together. They're kind of like separated and more singular. The physics of this is also completely different. Look how fast it is. You stand on it and it's almost instant. It will tilt you instantly. That is annoying, the voice of that. And there's no rope. As you can see, the rope is missing in this version. So let's go and show you the other change that I noticed while we were here. Or a few of the other changes. Let's get these lovely rocket boots they've allowed us to use to get to where we need to go. This right here is not got an indicator letting you know you can pump it down. Wow, I don't know how I didn't get hit there, to be fair. See what I mean by how janky some of the climbing seems to be? I don't think kids would have been able to complete this game if they didn't have had those little indicators. And as you can see, that camera was very buggy looking. Right, let's check the physics out of pushing this plank over. Oh, it almost didn't go. Coins just go straight through it, which I think happens anyway. And one thing you'll notice is the basket's missing. The basket with the toy soldier in it is now missing, and the soldier is on top of there. So I believe that the developers were like, screw that, that is way too difficult for kids. The green laser is also missing from around here. So that pretty much is, I think, all the changes, apart from one more thing, which we have, which we're going to end that music. What is the boss called? Slime Time? Slime Time boss music? Yeah. I love editing, like, live. And not even editing it in Sony Vegas. I'm so lazy. Wait, was this really the Slime Time boss music? I don't remember it. I don't remember it. This is one of the biggest differences I noticed, which was, look at his arms. I think he looks fucking awesome. Like, I think he actually looks so much better. He has a lot more attacks. He gets massive by the time that you're done with him. And for some reason, you can't really shoot him properly. Like, he's really buggy towards a certain bit. Like, you can't hip fire shoot him. You have to kind of properly aim at him. And that becomes quite tedious. And yeah, the sound of him getting hit is a bit different. I always get really intense with this part. Yeah, I love his design. I think they should have kept this design. I think he looks a little bit more scary, but at the same time, badass. Like the other one, he's kind of like just that, but this one is like, look how many more attacks he's got. I'm pretty sure he's normally done in 3 hits, but it seems to be more, but I could be wrong about that too. And I think shooting him pushes him back. But I don't think there's any differences in the actual level itself. I think the geometry is the same, the textures are the same. Pretty much everything is the same. So, yep, no voice acting, as you heard. And we got a token collected. And that is pretty much it. That is all of the changes so far. There is, of course, other things. I'm going to stop shouting because of music. There is, of course, other things in the game that people are accessing. They've been able to get into construction site and stuff like that, and I can't like get into that because they're obviously modding it and probably using game codes and everything. I do actually have some pictures, so I can load up some of the screenshots so we can take a look at them together. So this here is Andy's room prototype. As you can see here, you have the purple boarding. I can't fucking think of what it's called now. We've got the blue frames, we've got the surgery books. This is all in a much higher quality. As you can see, the blocks have been changed. There's coins missing from this screenshot for some reason. I'm not sure actually why. Maybe someone picked the coins up, or however they got this picture, the coins didn't show up. And this here is the final version. And as you can see here, there's now a life here. The information blocks are now moved. There's only one of them. This has been changed to Traveller's Tale Games. Very clever on their part. The purple frame is different now. It's now white. I don't know what one I prefer, actually. I think I kind of prefer what they went for with the purple look. But I do think that the house looked a bit too similar to Al's penthouse. And I think we'll get to that when I'll talk about that more when we're seeing the screenshots. So as you can see here, we've got the shelf that was originally here, which had no purpose to it in the final version of the game. But it actually did. I actually think they should have kept Mr. Potato Head's ear on the platform here, but the textures here do look a little bit Al's penthouse like, and I think that is why they changed these textures, because they kind of look like Toy Story 1 a little bit, like the house they had in Toy Story 1, like Sid's kind of vibe, and they also look like something Al's penthouse would have. So I'm glad that they did change the wallpaper textures, even though I do like them, and it always kind of one pattern. It kind of looks terrible. But yeah, not really that many changes apart from the ear. I don't know about the fan. I can't actually remember. I guess we'll have a look in the next screenshot and find out. So yeah, I was correct once again. It wasn't a fan that moved anymore. It was a lampshade. I couldn't remember. I was like, is there a fan in Toy Story 2 in Andy's house? I could not remember for the life of me if there was. And as you can see here, there's now some information blocks. I think the position of this was changed. Can we go back one? I forgot how to actually go backwards and forwards, so I guess not. But there's the life. No, I actually like the fact that the ear was here. There's no reason to have this platform. There's no reason that they kept this platform. Does anyone else get what I mean? What is the point of the platform here if there's nothing on it? I never understood it. I don't think there is anything on it. As you can see here, there's nothing here. And the vent is still here. I definitely like these wallpaper textures a lot more. Definitely, this is Andy's house to me. Before it was like a completely different vibe, when it did give off a different vibe. Yeah, so this is the untextured fan. It's not. It moves and it's untextured, 100%. But this should have stayed. Okay, so this is the prototype kitchen. Cabinets look different. Guessing the color looks different. That, whatever that is, looks a bit weird. I mean, look at that. What is this? What's going on here? I don't know if that's because the way this person took these pictures, it looks like that. That's really weird. This is the most notable thing that was moved, I think. I think they moved it in the final version because people would get stuck here, like I did. So they probably moved it here and thought, we'll give people a chance to maybe if they're good enough at doing it, to climb up on here. Oven slightly more detailed. These have changed from brown to blue. Microwave's exactly the same. Stove is the same. That's the same. This is the same. And this was moved. It's pretty much the only changes, at least from this angle, that we could find. So it seems in construction site, they originally planned for the I can't fucking think what it's called, the digger, to have stairs that you can jump on to get onto here. I kind of like that. But as we all know, this was the version that they actually went for in the end, and you could just climb on the steps this way to get up. Both are fine in my opinion. Maybe this one's a little bit better. Up for you guys to decide. So this is a prototype screenshot of construction site. These bars look a little bit different. For some reason, you could stand on the cement, and it looks like Slinky's also missing. And there's a lift here. Oh my god, there's a lift up here. Look at this. If I can zoom in somehow towards that particular thing, there is a lift here. So this must have come down, you'd get on it and it'd take you all the way to the top. That is actually quite interesting. That might have even been better if they'd have done that correctly. And this is the final version of where everything is. So this is the Toy Story everyone knows it as. Nothing's different, obviously. It's the version everyone knows. Now, I hope everyone's ready for this, because this change is actually depressing. This is the version we all know of construction site or construction yard, whatever the level's called. This is the version where there's the wheelbarrow, the cement block, and the generator, or whatever that is. This is what they originally were going to plan for. They were going to have a fucking cement mixer. They were going to give us a cement mixer. And they gave us that instead. I mean, the wheelbarrow's still here, and as you can see, the cement mixer, that's floating for some reason. I don't know what they were going to do with it. Maybe they couldn't think of anything to do with it. Maybe it took up too much resources. But from the picture that we've got here, this is what they were planning to give us. And in my opinion, it's cooler. They could have probably done something with this and give us a token from it. Maybe the secret token could have been in there or something like that. That would have been pretty cool. Not sure if this is just low textured water or something that looks different. This ground floor looks quite good. It looks like something they've took from Bug's Life though. Like straight from Bug's Life and then put it in here. And I think the only difference here is this ladder. Not sure why they took this out. I actually like this detail. This is not in the final version of the game that I'm aware of, if I've forgotten somehow. Maybe they were planning on doing something with this, like the ladder, and it leads up to here. And because you can't get up here, they took this out. I don't know what the decision for that was either. This is quite a big difference. Look at this. The pipes, actually, I don't know. Is it different? I actually don't know if this is different or not. I can't actually, like, I know that these are here and I know that these are here, but maybe the coils are different or the way that the way it looks. I actually like this. This is quite cool. I don't have anything to compare it with, but I feel like this looks different to me. So here's a better angle of the lift. As you can see in the background, we've got the cement mixer. We've got, I think, similar geometry to what we know in the final version of the construction site. That looks quite low res, kind of like it's not fully been rendered. And then we've got this, and that kind of looks like a Lego brick. I don't know, I kind of like this. I kind of wish that they'd kept this a little bit. Okay, the top looks completely different to me. I could be wrong again, but this, like, I don't remember these being this high. I know that this is here because you can climb, go up. I know that this is a thing. But this all looks completely different to me. It almost looks like it's not been finished, like they haven't finished building it, as well as the workers on the construction site hadn't finished building it. I know there's even a bit. Look at the down here. It's going overlapped, and that looks like there's nothing there. Damn. And to really drive home the changes, just how many changes there are for the boss. I mean, look at him. Does this look better than this? I honestly think this looks better. I've never really seen these before. There's a bone in him, a dice, and a pin, or a thumbtack, or whatever the hell that is. I think he looks so much cooler, personally. It's like this is the level elevator hop. I believe these here are different. Yep, they're different. I think this is the final version. If this is the final version, I think the other version looked better. Yeah, that's Owl's penthouse and Owl's train set that's not rendered or... I mean, look at it. Just look at it. Buzz is floating somehow as well. Imagine being able to access this at this level of playability and testable. It's so cool. And this is, oh, what the hell? And this is the version that we did actually get. Very different. Off the top of my head, by the way, I'm going through these screenshots live-ish. You know, I'm not like comparing them and then looking at them and then talking about it. I'm just looking at them at the same time and then trying to see the detail changes. This looks very untextured. I think mostly it's untextured. So as you can see, yeah, it was. Maybe there was a few objects. I mean, that looks so much better now. There's Jesse, shadow for Buzz. Everything in here is textures. These are now not blue, not light blue. They're now like a dark blue, whatever that is. Yeah, looks definitely a lot better. That's the Owl's penthouse living room. Canon. Walls. No wallpaper. God, it's just so weird. It's just so weird to see when Disney actually added these textures and the blinds and the TV that's down here and the enemy placement and just little tiny details that you could look at and go, oh, that doesn't look too bad. And then when you actually see the final version, you just realize how drastically different it is. Okay, these next screenshots that we're going to have a look at, they're all going to be really like low poly collision mesh images, if that's the correct term for them. I think this is Owl's penthouse, or this was Owl's penthouse, or an early version of it. This is the beta version of it, so it's like a slightly better version of it. That's the bathroom. This is what they were planning for the bathroom of Owl's penthouse. Very little to talk on here, I guess, but it's pretty damn cool to see, I must admit. These are the collision meshes in Andy's bedroom. There's the door, there's Molly's crib, the box, the chair, the bed, whatever the hell this would have been, the desk, I guess. Bit of a close-up on it. And now we're going to get to some juicy stuff. Not many pictures of it, sadly, but we did find, or I did find, actual untested levels that never made it into the game, or they were tested, but they were unfinished. So here we go. I know it's not the best quality picture, but I don't know what this would have been, unless this was going to be the circus level. Maybe. I guess maybe this would have been a skate park. Maybe they were planning to do like a Toy Story Racer kind of thing. Or maybe like one of their other Disney things that they normally do, where they have like a skate section. Like, you know, they have in most of their games. This looks like it would have been some kind of fire hydrant, and these look like cones. This maybe would have been grass. I cannot work out for me the life of what this would have been. Maybe a fence. If anyone wants to guess what this level may have been, please leave a comment below. It'd be pretty cool to see what people think. And this probably here is the absolute best picture so far for the test area. I mean, look at what are we looking at? It looks like someone's had an LSD trip and tried to code a game here. It looks so weird to see Toy Story 2 this way. This is one thing I've always wanted all of my life, is to see more content on Toy Story 2. And I never thought out of nowhere in 2021 that someone would release a disc that has all this on it. For some reason, sadly, we can only access 3 levels. But quite clearly from these pictures that people are managing to get, and their data harvesting and data mining and modding and whatever it is that they're doing, I don't know. I have no clue. If anyone can explain to me how people are doing this, I really hope that other levels become playable, or I hope somehow that we're able to make custom Toy Story levels, you know, because maybe the prototype's easier to mod. Maybe there's certain things that people can do with it, like they can actually make things with the prototype because it's easier to get into the data of it. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I would love for a dedicated community around this game, similar to what Mario 64 has, that is into the modding scene. I think that would be so cool. But I believe that is literally it. That is all we have. These are all the pictures that we currently have in this prototype. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing the official Toy Story 2 prototype on the official PS2 hardware. I'm glad to be the first person to do that. If you guys want me to do it again, but this time go through DuckStation emulator, where I have it out into like 4K or something, so we can actually have a look at the best quality possible. Hopefully it'll work. I haven't actually tested that. I haven't even tested that. And I hope you enjoyed the prototype screenshots. I wasn't going to include them in this video. I was going to make a separate video, but I thought, well, I'll come to the end of it. The video is only like 15 minutes long, so whatever. So if you like Toy Story content, please send me stuff that you've made, whether it comes to PS4 Dreams. My PS4 is a little bit breaking down, but I would love to play some people's Toy Story Dreams projects that they make. If you have Toy Story fan art, or if you're into Toy Story, whatever, just I love Toy Story. It's one of my favorite animated film. Is one of my favorite video games of all time. I love the community surrounding this game. I love the information that seems to be coming out about it recently. And yeah, thank you all for watching the video. Please subscribe if you want more of Toy Story.